Let's take a look now at the race for New York City mayor. Guys, we're just 5 days away from the primary, and 3 candidates on the Democratic sides are casting their ballots this morning.
Yeah, and that includes State Assembly member Zohran Mamdani, who's been surging in the polls, while also now facing questions about accusations of anti-Semitism. Let's get to Eyewitness News reporter Phil Taitt joining us live this morning from Astoria, Queens. Good morning, Phil.
Yeah, Pedro, Charlene, Sam, good morning. Early voting began about an hour ago. Some voters have showed up to this poll here in Astoria, Queens this morning. But candidates, they are out and about. They are making their final pitch to voters in the final stretch, as this really is the fight to the finish line, as we are just 5 days away from the primary. Now, these candidates are trying to drum up much support, even from those who once assumed office, from Mayor Bloomberg, flooding dollars to Andrew Cuomo's campaign, donating $3.3 million to the super PAC's Fix the City, bringing his total contributions to $8.3 million. Now, the former mayor is now responsible for 1/3 of the PAC's $24 million raised, and these dollars are being used to blanket airways with anti-Zohran Mamdani ads in the final days of the primary. Now, today, City Comptroller Brad Lander, City Council Speaker Adrian Adams are expected to vote, and here in Astoria, Queens, a major contender in this race, Assemblymember Zohran Mamdani cast his ballot. Video on your screen right now from him arriving this morning at a polling site in Astoria, joined alongside by his wife, taking part in the democratic process. Now, the Assembly members placing his bid for City Hall was in and out, drawing quite the attention from New Yorkers as he arrived. It's been quite the 24 hours for him, facing criticism over remarks he made where he avoided denouncing the phrase globalize the Intifada. The U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum appeared to condemn the statement. Today, he was all smiles with much energy. Take a listen as I spoke with him one-on-one before he headed inside the polling site.
There have been difficult moments, absolutely, especially as I've faced death threats and threats to the ones that I love, and have had to even hire security to that end. And that is troubling, and that's also sadly an aspect of life in the Trump administration's world. And yet we also know that that doesn't define our city, that doesn't define this race. What this race ultimately will be defined by is the most pressing crisis across the 5 boroughs, which is that of affordability.
Now, right now, we're in day 5 of early voting. According to the Board of Elections, they say more than 168,000 people have already cast their ballots. We'll definitely be looking at that data to see where those numbers end up by the end of day, but so much to look forward to, as we are just 5 days away from this June primary, and we have to wait and see what could happen next. We are live in Astoria this morning. I'm Phil Taitt, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.